What's up, everybody? I'm Dave. Welcome back to Dave's World. Today we're going to talk about Rabbit. For those of y'all that don't know who Rabbit is, go and check out AfterPrisonShow. There's a lot of videos with him. He's a really good dude. He's out here trying to get his life back together. And drugs are a big thing that take people's lives. And right now it's got a hold of him. But I believe that my friend is strong enough and can pull through this. Today I was talking to my dad. And my dad told me, he was like, I'm not ragging on you, but you got this channel where you talk about your recovery. But what do you really know about recovery? That's a good question. First off, I want to talk about Rabbit. What do I really know about Rabbit? Well, I know he's a funny guy. I know he's strong. I know that he's got a very strong will. And he ain't no punk. He ain't no slouch. For being a little guy, he ain't no slouch. Me and Rabbit, we met right after I left medical housing, after I got my cast off my leg and I could walk again. They put me in the GP, and he was in the cell underneath my cell. Rabbit didn't have nothing, but he was not a seagull. He wasn't that guy hawking all over the pod trying to see, who will give him something for free. If I could pull Rabbit away for 5 minutes to play some cards, that was amazing, because Rabbit was always hustling, making birthday cards, season's greetings cards, please don't leave me cards, whatever type of cards. He always made cards. He always made sure he had some coffee or extra soup so he could eat something at the end of the day. But the man had a hustle, and I like that because, don't nobody want people just begging them all day long for stuff. Rabbit didn't do that. And me and him got real tight, and I looked out for him and he looked out for me. We had like this really good relationship. If I needed a card, he made a card, and I always made sure he had whatever he needed. He knew he could come to me and get whatever he needed. I had his back. There came a point in our friendship locked up that I told him all about, AfterPrisonShow, Gay Dave, everything that went along with it, and I could see him get so excited. So like he wanted to be a part of this thing. He wanted to go out. He wanted to make videos. He wanted to completely change everything about himself. And I don't mean, the hard foundation. I mean, he wanted to change his people, places, and things. And that's what we were going to do. And I told him, I said, if you stay in contact with me, I'll be here. I'll be here to pick you up from jail, man. And he stayed in contact with me. He called me. He sent me some stuff to the P.O. box. Everybody, if you haven't seen the video where he sent me the freaking prison-made pink panties. Yeah, he did that in a mail video. Thanks, Rabbit. Thanks. Love you, bro. It was actually kind of funny. He put a note and he said, hey, Dave, you left these under my mattress when you got released. I thought you might want them back. Anywho, me and Rabbit, man, we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun after he got released. Inside, we had some fun. I mean, we were, down to poker, pinochle, and swole parties. But after he got released, we had a lot of fun. First thing I did on his release date was I put him to work. And then my dad and Joe put him up in a hotel for a week. I put him to work at my house. He came to my house immediately the day he got released and started helping me finish painting my place so that I could move in. Rabbit first got out. He called me all the time. He was at my house hanging out. We would watch movies. Tristan, my son, would come over for the weekend. Rabbit would be there. He'd bring him a football or whatever it was, man. Rabbit's a part of my family. My family, they care about this man. And what happens, because when he came home, he was in his right mind. He was living a good life. He was honest. He was doing all the things that a good person does. He was just being himself, and his beautiful insides shone. I mean, everybody that met him, they loved the man and would do anything for him. My dad, they clicked immediately. exchanged numbers. They talked for a while, after my dad went back to New York. But things happen, as they do. And now we're dealing with the situation that we're dealing with. Rabbit is currently in a rehab facility, a detox facility. He is trying to kick this thing so that he can get out and further his recovery. First thing you got to do is get it off of you physically. Some people are able to just lock themselves away and wait it out. And some people can't do that. I wasn't one of them. The way I got clean was I signed myself into a 10-day detox program. I was medicinally detoxed. I used medications, and they weaned me slowly off. So when I walked out the front door, I was physically clean. I had a few urges, but mentally and emotionally, I was still broken. I was still broken, and I still needed help. And Rabbit's going to need the same thing. So let's talk about what I actually know about recovery. Might sound crazy to y'all, but if you've ever been in addiction and you've ever had anybody trying to help you, 9 times out of 10, the things that they told you are exactly what you need to do. I'm just being real. I found out that, when I cut myself completely away and just focused on myself, not just people, places, and things as in the old friends and drug places, but everything. Like everything. Everything. Back away from it all. Don't rely on nobody. Get yourself into detox, then get yourself into a program that will help you continue to change your way of thinking. That's complete. I get so flustered talking about this because it excites me that I know what I got to do to stay clean, to keep myself clean. And Rabbit's going to have to figure out his format, his, his recipe for staying clean. He's already made the first choice. He went back to the people that cared about him and he asked for some help. I knew for a while now that Rabbit has been messing up, and people have been giving me some shit about it. It doesn't, them giving me the crap doesn't really bother me as much as, it plants that seed in my heart that makes me question myself, did I do everything that I could do? But I was scared. I was genuinely scared. I just had a baby. I'm in a relationship with a beautiful woman. I'm able to see my son whenever I want to. I was scared. Rabbit called me up and invited me to his birthday party, and part of me was, no. Part of me was yes, and part of me was mad that him, knowing he was in his addiction, would still call me up, an ex-addict, who knows what I'll do in that situation. But he told me, bring my family. It bothered me, it did, it really did. But I love Rabbit, and I'm here for him. I'm gonna help him when he gets out of this thing, and we're gonna see if we can't find the program that fits him and is able to help him, get better. Again, what do I know about recovery? I know that it's every day. I know that I like getting messed up. So it is every day. I like getting a buzz. Man, my dad told me when he was with it. Again, my dad. But my dad told me, he was like, when I was going outside to smoke a cigarette, my dad was like, I still want a cigarette after every meal, right? And I was like, whatever. What do you mean? He's telling me that urge will always be there. My dad also battled with addiction throughout most of my life, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that until, just a few years ago. And I think that's why my dad rides my back so hard now. He'll message me, ask me what I'm doing, where I'm at, just keeping me on. just keeping me, reined in. Make sure that I'm thinking the way I should be thinking. And that's what I'm going to continue to do with Rabbit. It got to the point where, I couldn't get a hold of him. And if I did, it sounded bad on the other end. And I was scared. The last thing I definitely know about recovery is that you have to want it. So easily can we trick ourselves into believing that we really want it. But I mean, if you want something, you go do it. Think about it. If you're sitting on the couch and you want milk, you get up and you go do it. Right? So in this life of addiction, it doesn't happen as fast as getting up and going and getting the glass of milk. It doesn't happen that fast. But if you're continuing every day to do one thing, just do one right thing, move in the right direction, one time, stop going in the wrong direction. I don't know. I think I'm just getting so the last thing that I know about recovery, that I know, is that you have to want it. You have to wake up every day and make it your goal to stay clean. And I think the best way to do that is to set other goals so that you have things that you are constantly working towards. If you really want those things more than you want to be high, then that's what you'll do. Even if they're small things, it doesn't matter. Just think about what you want in your life and find out the first step that you have to take to make that a reality. And then make that step. Look, please never believe that I think I know everything or that I'm, some saint that's out here, traveling the world, pulling addicts out of the gutter, because I'm not. What I am doing, though, is caring about the people that come in contact with me and helping those that I can help. I always got to be mindful of my family and my sobriety. If I'm not, then I'm a fake. The best advice I can give anybody is get to know yourself. You might find out that you like other things more. That other things matter to you more than your addiction and the drugs that you're using. So look, that's all I got for you today. I will keep you posted on my end on what's going on with Rabbit. But I know that Joe on his channel, AfterPrisonShow, is definitely following this whole thing a lot closer than I am. But we're all in this together, baby. AfterPrisonShow, man. Everybody who's ever come through and took AfterPrisonShow and themselves seriously, y'all are here, man. Y'all are a part of this thing. And that's what we do, man. We got each other's backs. Look. This is Dave's World, man. Until next time, sit down, get you a pen, get you a pad, and write a letter. Write a letter to Rabbit. Encourage him. Get him ready, man. Get these letters ready, man. We need them mailed out and in the P.O. box before he gets out. We want to give him this stuff so he can read it for himself, that there's a lot of people who care about him and a lot of people that believe in him. This is Dave's World. Stay free. I love y'all.